What's up,
Here we are.
everybody? It's another episode of Evil Cheese, and we're doing a quick, just like first impressions of the new Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers trick-taking card game we just played, and it just came out, and we're super hyped about it.
I mean, literally, we're talking days ago.
Yes, yes. First, before we start, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. If you like seeing more, gameplay overviews, first impressions, we got board game reviews, lists galore. Please smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Check out also, please, down below, our Lord of the Rings best of 3 games video that I will have linked below. Needless to say, without giving anything away, we really, really liked the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, spoilers. We love the
trick-taking
first
card
one.
game. This is now the Two Towers.
This is the second. This is a follow-up to The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking card game, which we loved. And it takes you through the chapters of the first book. Stories from the book, characters from the book, and it's a trick-taking game, so you're just playing numbers of a certain suit. The highest number of that suit takes the trick. But each character has their own objectives. Each chapter has its own setup, its own goals, its own things you're trying to do while you work together and kind of puzzle out the sequence of the cards.
For example, Frodo always has to take the most rings in almost every. If you are Frodo, you have to take the most ring cards. So that's kind of an example of how it works.
Yes. And in this one, because it's a whole different book,
Changes it up.
they have changed up the whole system in small ways and in pretty significant ways.
Yeah, we didn't know, we knew how the basic game worked, the trick-taking game. We knew the style. We knew the types of things that we could do, but would we be surprised by anything initially in our first few plays as we broke into the brand new game? How creative would they really be with changing the formula?
How much could they do?
Right.
And
How much would you want them to do?
Exactly.
If you love the
Yep.
first one,
Yeah.
do you want a
Right.
huge departure, or do you want the formula to be the same with some little twists?
right. So we've played the first 3 chapters.
Correct.
The 3 scenarios, or
Right.
whatever, of this. Casey,
Yeah, hi.
initial thoughts on how you feel about it so far.
The base formula is very similar. It's the
Yes.
same thing. You've got very similar suits in there of cards. The
Some
numbers
exactly the same,
Were
yeah.
fairly similar, but they add some new things. One of the biggest ones, as the name would imply, are the 2 towers that are both physical things to show you who has them and when they get played, and the actual cards, which are sort of the new trump card instead of the One Ring, which was that filled that role in the first game.
Right.
And these are introduced at the very beginning, so we don't
Yes.
feel like we're spoiling much of
No.
anything about it. We're just giving you a little bit of a taste without getting into hyper specifics. We're just trying to give you a little bit of a taste of. They've changed some elements. I think they're still amazingly creative with how they're doing things. It's still a challenge. Our very first mission that
Yes.
we played, we got crushed the first couple of times out, and we were like, "Oh, damn!"
Well, let's talk about that. How did you feel about the challenge of that, compared to the first one?
I feel today playing it, I was like, damn, that's harder. But I don't remember exactly if I felt that in the first couple of chapters of the other one, if I felt like, damn, that was kind of hard too. It feels like this one's a step up. Now, we were able to successfully get through a couple, and so maybe it's a matter of just kind of getting rolling with some of the new kind of configurations and things they're wanting you to do. But I would say, if I had to guess, I would say this is a notch up in difficulty thus far.
Casey, what do you think?
I would agree too, but I'm not sure if that's because we had played through the first one and done all of it. So we have sort of these built-in things of what you should be doing to succeed.
It's a mind shift.
And the small twists here throw that out of balance a little bit. You have to kind of think about how you're playing your cards in a new way. That is very impactful in terms of the outcome. I don't know if that's a hindrance for us or a benefit coming from the last one. I don't know if you got thrown into this as a brand new player, having never played the first one, how hard it would be. Maybe more. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it is, like you, Scott, I feel like it is a notch harder. Because I remember those first, let's say, 5 chapters before you got out of, like, Hobbiton.
Like,
you could figure it out.
We're hobbits, take a trick, yay.
But that first scenario we had to do, what, 3 times?
Yes.
And it's a whole different shift because rings as a suit are completely gone now. It has been replaced. And there is a new suit of orcs.
Yep.
And there's no more One Ring, is now replaced with these 2 Towers cards, which kind of do a similar thing to the One Ring, but a little different.
Yes.
We'll let you figure that out on your own. Yep. But I feel that the challenge is gone up, which I'm totally fine with, because you shouldn't really play this until you play the first one anyway, because you got to follow the story.
And it feels like... It very much feels like, as we pulled out the materials, that was the game's assumption. The game's assumption was, here's part 2, and you've played part 1. Let's go. Right?
Yeah. The artwork, I think, looks like 90% the same, but it's like almost like 10% better somehow. It's like a little bit more polished. There's a little bit more detail on the cards. So like this mountain here is like Helm's Deep.
Pretty similar
now
style.
This time. Really, really cool. And Casey, also, you got this promo pack. Tell us about the promo pack.
So I got it at the store I went to, and it's just sort of first come, first serve. They had a limited amount of them, and the first X amount of people who purchase this were going to get the promo pack. And this adds a couple little like bonus chapters that we'll get to check out at some point over the course of while we play through the rest of the scenarios. So we'll see when we get
kind of like in between chapters, sort of like like if you just played the normal game, you'd go chapter 25, 26. But as you know, there's always other little events that are happening because they're kind of hitting the highlights or almost the outline of the book. Well, this takes one of those in between and adds that as a bonus sort of mission to play through, and you get 2 bonus missions essentially, right?
Yep. Yeah. So looking forward to that. The thing that I was surprised with too, that I'm kind of happy with, is that the last scenario we played, and I think moving forward with this too. So in the first game, you were just members of the Fellowship. You were like one of the 9 people pretty much the whole time. Well, if you know the book or even the movie or whatever, this is bouncing around all over the place. And you get to play as some bad guys, which I think is great, and I can see that happening more moving forward. I am still curious, though, how they're going to handle the gigantic battles. Because in the first book, there wasn't... there was like skirmishes.
Armies.
Yeah. But with like Helm's Deep coming up, is that going to be like multiple games, multiple chapters? I mean, and then we're talking not just like a few guys fighting orcs, we're talking like thousands of troops. So I'm just curious about how that's going to be.
But I have faith in them.
I do too. So far, I'm really, really excited about this. Maybe even more excited than the first one.
Really?
Just because they've taken what has worked and they're stepping it up a bit, and I like that. And like for us, we're ready for that. But again, don't jump. I would not jump into this.
Yeah, I would recommend the first one.
Do it, and you're gonna follow the story anyway.
And the price point is pretty inexpensive to get into these. It's not like, it's like, oh my God, a $75 game to get the first one and the second one. What are they, 25, 30 bucks? Yeah, I mean, they're
and there's hours and hours of gameplay.
So I would say I personally think that it's, every bit the quality thus far as the other one. I want to see the totality of it, but I think it's on the right track to be the exact continuation of the super creative gameplay with a super simple... I mean, the funny thing was when we were kind of getting it out, we played a more complicated game this morning, and then we got this one out, and Casey was sort of like, and open the box, and
we're set up. We're done.
Yeah, and so it was sort of like
10 seconds.
I had a thought in my mind of like, oh God, that's refreshing. And it's just,
Yes,
it's
yes.
just this.
Yes.
We're ready, you know.
So if you have
Start.
played the first one, you could pretty much jump into this almost right away with about what 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
learning
I mean,
a new
boom.
thing. But so you're gonna be good to go. Smooth, effortless, fantastic. Casey, anything?
I'm
you
ready
want
to be surprised, and I think we already have been in these first couple scenarios,
Yeah.
which means there's probably much more joy to see in the future.
So check it out. We'll probably do a review once we get through the whole campaign.
But
So
that
it's
take a
takes,
little bit.
takes a
gonna
little
take-
while.
And
Yeah.
this one is going to take a little bit
Yeah,
longer
it took us
because
a while last
you're
time.
not. Yeah, you're not talking to farmers and playing in the fields.
Brandy wine and all that
All
stuff.
that
you know.
right now. Yeah, you just right into it, right into the story. So
Liking it so far.
yeah. Well, until next time.
If you've played it, give us your feedback.
Please,
If you have
yes.
questions you want answered about it that we didn't get to, we tried to tread somewhat lightly and not go too detailed because we want
good call.
everybody to have the fresh experience that they can. But if you've got questions, throw some comments in there. We'd love to talk with you.
Right. Until next time, I'm Eric.
Scott.
Casey.